We're going.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Brittany Quickcorner. I'm the president and CEO at the Eugene Chamber of Commerce, and we are super excited today to have a virtual ribbon cutting, if you will, for a company that is new to Eugene as of this last summer. And to be honest, could not have come at a better time for folks in our community. I will introduce you in a moment to Mo. He is the one who is bringing Mathnasium of Eugene to our community. Mathnasium is a tutoring organization that really helps your students overcome some of the frustration they might be feeling with their math classes, and have obviously, you know, during this pandemic when a lot of our parents are teaching some of this curriculum from home with their, with the help of their incredible teachers who are doing everything they can in a virtual setting to support these kiddos. Mathnasium has come in at a time to try and help reduce some of the struggle that parents might be facing. And we couldn't be more excited. What a year to start a new company. But when something as needed as support for kids, not just in a virtual setting, obviously this will be supportive for kids once they get back in the classroom too, but this couldn't have come in a better time. So I want to pass it off quickly to the mayor. Mayor Lucy Venice is joining us as well, and we really appreciate you being here, Mayor.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I am very excited to be here and very excited for this ribbon cutting. We are, as you have said, couldn't be a better time for this kind of program, well supported by our local businesses and new business coming in to support our education system. Math, I don't know how many listening, struggled with math at some point in their educations, but most of us did. Most of us needed a little help, whether that came from a parent or a teacher or an outside tutor. And it is a critical part of a student's success and also self-esteem to be able to do well in math. So grateful to you, appreciate this new business coming into town, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to be part of this virtual ribbon cutting.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. In a past life, it feels like a long time ago, I have a degree in math that accompanied my atmospheric science degree, and I could not echo Mayor Venice's statements more that it was not without help from a lot of folks to get me through that. So Mo, I'm grateful that you'll be supporting a lot of kids who are going to have really great futures with a good, strong background. So I'm going to toss it to you, Heidi, unless I got something else that you have on the agenda first.
Yes, I'm going to toss it over to Mo, who's prepared this wonderful presentation for us.
Thank you, Heidi, and thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Mayor Venice, for your very kind words. And also with us today, representing 4J Schools, is Mary Walston, the chair of the Eugene School Board. Thank you, everybody, for joining our celebration today. It's an honor for us to share our joy with all of you and with our community. Let me start with an introduction to Mathnasium. It is the #1 after-school math-only education program in America for kids in 1st to 12th grade, whether to get math help to catch up or to get math enrichments to stay ahead. There are over 1,000 mom and pop Mathnasium centers nationwide, including 9 in Portland, and Mathnasium of Eugene is the first center in Lane County. Our mission is to teach children math so they can understand it, master it, and love it. Math can change their lives, and they can change the world. We help kids understand math by teaching it the way that makes sense to them. When math makes sense, kids leap way ahead, whether they started out far behind or already ahead in math. Our specially trained math instructors teach children how to understand math using mental and verbal and visual techniques. So our unique approach enables us to effectively explain math concepts and lend a helping hand to every student. So we really know how to teach math to children. And to give you a demonstration, let's answer a mental math question together so you can learn a mental math trick about calculating percentages, which can be helpful when you try to figure out a tip or a sales tax when you travel out of state. So without using a calculator, let's see how fast you can answer a question that a Mathnasium student in 6th grade should answer in less than 10 seconds. And you can write your answer in the chat. Are you ready? What is 7% of 350? Go. No cheating with a calculator. Write your answer in the chat, except for the Mathnasium staff, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you don't want me to answer, Amo?
Where is the chat? Where is the chat?
Middle of the screen, bottom, very bottom, middle of the screen.
Yeah, I see all the buttons except the chat. I've had this issue before when I was the presenter. Oh, found it. Aha, good job, Brittany. Nice. So, well, whoopsie, here you go. Yeah, so the first and easy thing we need to recognize here is that 7% of 100 is 7. Once you know that, then all you need to do next is add a 7 for each 100. So since 350 is equal to 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus half of 100, then 7% of 350 is equal to 7% of 100 plus 7% of 100 plus 7% of 100 plus half of 7% of 100, which is equal to 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus half of 7. So the total is equal to 21 plus 3.5. And the final answer is 24.5. Nice, Brittany. So with the Mathnasium method, Mathnasium improves student performance on a standard-based tests in 20 sessions or fewer. And Mathnasium also improves student skills by an average of 2 grade levels in the first year. So those are some of the results why Mathnasium has been ranked the #1 math program in America in the past 3 years. And if you ask me, I would say that their biggest strength is training instructors, who are key to making kids feel confident and fall in love with math. So our instructors have to go through 6 weeks of training and pass 6 math teaching tests to become officially hired. All parents at Mathnasium are asked to every 3 months to score their center out of 10 points. At Mathnasium of Eugene, we have even higher review scores than most Mathnasium centers after being open for 7 months. And we are proud to represent students from 18 different 4J schools out of 40 so far. Roosevelt Middle School is currently in the lead with 4 students attending our center. But the most important strength Mathnasium has shown in 2020 is, in my opinion, its ability to adapt to change, not just to survive, but also to continue to succeed and lead its industry, like moving everything online swiftly and smoothly, including training instructors and center directors like me. This graph about the COVID slide is kind of old now. You can see it stops in September 2020. So I changed its original title from losing up to a year to losing more than a year of math by the time we get back to normalcy. Personally, when the pandemic reached us, I had to put on hold coaching tennis at YMCA and soccer at Eugene Timbers. I also had to put on hold any in-person teaching, including private math tutoring at my home. But more importantly than my personal income, putting on hold in-person teaching also meant putting on hold in-person learning for students, which meant no more traditional teaching. For example, it took me forever to design this one math drill for my students, Sebi and Sasha, who both play soccer in high school. In fact, when I failed miserably after several attempts, I begged my 14-year-old daughter to do the drawing for me. You can see her math signature below the goal net. I'm glad to say that was the last math drill I designed before I opened the Mathnasium Center. And I have to say, the center opened for the most part thanks to Chris Davenport, the Vice President of Franchise Development at Mathnasium. You see, Chris convinced me after our first call back in October 2019. Then the pandemic started, so I didn't sign my contract until the end of March after 6 long months of negotiations. So Chris, this center would have never opened without your patience with me and your flexibility with the surprises of this pandemic. And now here's Chris.
Well, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to me to get to know you and work with you. You know, it's not often that you come across somebody as stubbornly determined as a guy like Mo Jamali.
Indeed.
He told me back in, I guess it was about October, November of 19, that he was going to make this dream of opening a Mathnasium happen no matter what. And no discussions of partnerships or business nuances could get in the way. And lo and behold, not even a pandemic was going to stop Mo from making this dream happen. And I have to hand it to you, your determination, your focus, and doing so with a smile and a positive attitude every single day. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you make this dream happen, Mo. Your successes are a testament to the type of person you are and the type of business owner you're going to be. And I couldn't be happier for the city of Eugene and the kids there. They're going to have one fabulous education under you. So congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much, Chris. I'm so glad you are part of the Mathnasium team. After I took my private math tutoring business to the next level with Mathnasium, I didn't stop begging my daughter for more drawings. 3 months after opening, our local radio station, Star 102.3, asked me to record a show every Wednesday afternoon for 4 months to help local kids who were stuck at home last fall improve their skills in math in exchange of free advertising for my center. They called the show Become a Math Ninja, and they nicknamed me Mo the Math Pro. You can listen to the episodes on our website and Facebook page. Our students felt like stars whenever I mentioned their names during some episodes. So everything changed in 2020 when schools started to close their doors. For several months, Mathnasium saw their number of online members increase by over 5,000 students per week. And the IT team at Mathnasium responded to this huge influx like a champ. We call our online campaign At Home. And as you can see here, while our student numbers are increasing, our online disruptions continue to decrease and have become almost inexistent now. Last July, less than 200 online issues have been reported by over 1,000 centers in an entire month. If you do the math, that means in any given day, each center has less than 1% chance to experience online disruptions. And as a center director, I really like that. So we don't use Zoom during our sessions. Instead, we use ConnexEd, which is safer and easier for students and teachers to communicate during online sessions. To write on the screen, they can type or handwrite with a mouse or a digital pen. We give all our students a digital pen with a writing tablet because research shows that students retain information better while they are handwriting it. At Mathnasium, we constantly try to inject fun to make learning more productive. Because when the kids' brains form a connection between math and fun, they actually learn at a faster pace while falling in love with math. So for example, when we teach our students how to use the tools of our software at the beginning of their first online session, they play this fun virtual scavenger hunt game. Another thing that changed at Mathnasium in 2020 is math nights. They used to be conducted in person at schools where families and teachers got together for a fun evening of playing math games. Now, math nights are conducted on Zoom, so many games had to be converted online, like the game Connect 4 you see on the screen. That picture on the left is what it looks like when our students play it during our online sessions. So Connect 4 is one of the 8 games we play with our students during the last 5 minutes of their hour. And right now, together, let's play the game that has the shortest directions in the history of games, called 24. There is a directions in front of you. Use addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division to make 24. You must use all 4 numbers. That's it. This is actually level 1 of this game, so there are 4 different ways of finding 24 here. So once again, write down in the chat how you got to 24, and let's see who solves this first.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, and Heidi is giving me a warning about time. Maybe I should tell you the answer. Oh, Mayor Lucy Jennis, she's got, yes. Wait a second. Did you forget a number, Mayor? You have to use all 4 numbers.
For each equation. Oh, okay.
Yep. Otherwise, I can add.
I have to follow the directions, you mean?
Never helpful, yes.
Nice try, though.
All right.
So for the sake of time, I'm going to give you the answer unless I see something on the chat. One way of doing this is 5 minus 1 equals 4, 8 minus 2 equals 6, 4 times 6, 24. Or 5 plus 1 equals 6, 8 divided by 2 equals 4. And again, 6 plus 4, 6 times 4 equals 24. Ooh, somebody answered 5 minus 2 equals 3. 8 times 3, 24. 24 times 1 equals 24. Yay, good job, whoever is on their iPhone. Nice. All right, moving on. So playing games is another way. It is not the only way we keep math fun during our sessions. One day I noticed that this cat named Doug shows up to class every time he hears my voice. So we decided for 1 week in September, students can bring their cat to class to share their pets with other students, which can never happen in a real classroom at school. Our students decided to name the cat on the right Toothless because it looks like the dragon in the movie How to Train Your Dragon. Of course, this fun week made other students jealous. So per their request, in October, we had to do a week of Bring Your Doggy to class. This is Audrey, who is one of 3 Mathnasium students who used to be my tennis clients before the pandemic. Some of the families enrolled in our center live 3 hours from Eugene. I saw that dog on the right named Jelly when the family came to visit in Eugene. So we met next to U of O and we had an ice cream while social distancing in the park, which is good because Jelly is as huge as he seems on that picture. Halloween in 2020 is also unique and many students didn't have a costume. So instead of a costume contest, we decided to do a virtual profile contest. And here is our talented winner, Isha, from 4th grade, who thanks to our contest ended up learning how to edit photos and add special effects. What a great piece of art. When we do sessions online, we kind of get a window into each other's homes and we see the art on the walls and we meet each other's pets and family members. So we end up forming stronger bonds that are very healthy during confinement. And sometimes that bond can flourish with a pizza party on Zoom, like these 2 Mathnasium families. And when the kids love something, they want to share their feelings and they find ways to tell you. So we always try to take snapshots of their happy moments at Mathnasium, whether they surprise us with something like here, Maya in 3rd grade who wrote, "I'm a master commander," which is what we tell our students whenever they finish a math packet and become a master of a new math concept. You can see the pride in her exclamation points. And here's her sister, Karma, in 2nd grade, right after she solved her math problem of the week. And here's Vihan in 4th grade, after he was asked to color half of these figures. Can you tell he's enjoying his math session? And here's Priya in 8th grade, right after solving a tough math question that took her 10 minutes to solve. When she started at Mathnasium, she used to get frustrated quickly when faced with tough questions. Now she tackles them with more patience and confidence and feels less obligated to ask instructors for help. That picture always gets me. One day I was teaching online as usual, and one of our students, Anuska, suddenly joined our online classroom, even though she wasn't scheduled that day. So I brought her into our instructor's breakout room to tell her that she made a mistake. But it turned out she was having a play date with 2 other Mathnasium students, and the 3 of them decided to make a sign about our center, then surprised me with it, which worked even online. Look at how happy they are. So here is Anuska again with another surprise for me this time. You know, when someone asks you, who was your favorite teacher growing up? Every teacher wants that trophy, and Mathnasium makes that trophy more accessible to math teachers.
Agreed.
So remember earlier when I told you that at Mathnasium, students improve their skills by an average of 2 grade levels in the 1st year? Well, Anuska surpassed that average. When she started with us when we opened in June, her we gave her a 5th grade assessment since she just finished 5th grade, and she scored 68%. Not surprising right after the pandemic started. After summer, when her school gave her a math placement test, they told her parents, it's hiding, I cannot read the quote. They told her parents, your student met the requirements to single subject accelerate into Math 7A and skip 6th grade math. When her parents asked me for advice, I told them that she would probably be bored in 6th grade math class. So they placed her in 7th grade. 2 weeks later, and after 5 months at our center, she finished her Mathnasium learning plan, which means she mastered all her math gaps prior to 6th grade. So we gave her the 6th grade assessment and she got 92%, which meant that by mastering her 5th grade math gaps, she ended up learning math tricks that helped her figure out new 6th grade concepts on her own. And if you wonder how Anuska is doing in 7th grade math now, while she's still in 6th grade and after failing her 5th grade assessment just last summer, well, don't worry. She's got a solid A+ and with a large smile, and the sky is the limit for her. But I have to say, while Anuska likes to praise her instructors for her success, I like to praise Andrew Byrne for my center success, who is my Mathnasium startup and field support specialist, and with whom I meet every week for an hour since I opened my center.
Those very kind words, Mo. Thank you so much.
One last thing, Andrew. So last month, during a national training session for all our franchisees, you chose our center to be among the 5 centers that were spotlighted for their success during the pandemic. You also wanted me to speak first because you thought the 2 strongest presenters should speak first and last. So thank you, and here is Andrew.
Well, I guess putting me in the middle of the presentation is probably a good idea. So thanks, Mo. My name is Andrew. I work with owners, Mathnasium owners, as they go through training, and I help them as they open and grow their centers. I've been working with Mo since April of last year, and to echo some of Chris Davenport's words, it's been an absolute pleasure to support someone who is as passionate about education and who cares so much about making a positive impact on society. You know, the great thing about what I do is that I can really say that about all the owners that I work with. Mo's had the additional challenges of opening during the pandemic. We all know that it's not easy to open any business, but he had these additional challenges, and that's delayed the opening of a physical center for a bit. But during a time when maintaining personal connections has never been more important, I have seen how hard Mo has worked to fulfill the promise of what Mathnasium is, and that's connecting with people, changing people's lives, and really making a difference. And I could not be more proud of the work that you've done. So thank you, Mo.
I got distracted. Thank you so much for your assistance and support, Andrew. I will see you tomorrow at our weekly hour. I got distracted by Heidi's warning again about time. Okay, this is nothing new for me. So as you saw so far, math can make people happy. It's certainly helping me pursue my happiness. Mathnasium made me realize that we're not just in this business of teaching math. We're also here, we're also in the business of creating a happy future for students and instructors alike. So watch out, happiness is contagious at Mathnasium. And the man behind all this happiness and love of math is Larry Martinek, the founder of Mathnasium and the man behind the successful Mathnasium Method. Many of you have seen this lovely quote at the end of my email signature. So here is Larry, also known as the Joker among Mathnasium students.
Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris and Andrew gave you some really good perspectives on Mo's passion and his love of working with kids. I have a slightly different perspective in that I was the first person to train Mo in the Mathnasium Method. He came to Los Angeles to our training sessions, And from the moment he walked in the room, there was something about him that is, I guess rather like me, he wears his passion on his sleeve, as they say, because it was so obvious that this man was here certainly to make a living, but much beyond that, that he was here. And now that I didn't know that he was involved in the tennis and all these other things, besides this. And so I'm surprised not, because it's perfectly consistent with what I saw in Mo when he came to that week of training, that his interest, his passion for the work, his interest in helping children was just pretty much off the map. And I pegged him immediately. In fact, I mentioned it to several folks at the home office. This is a guy that's going to succeed in this business, because with all the challenges that are out there, we can train people in how to teach math, but we can't train passion, and we can't train that love of learning that Mo just exudes and did in our personal relationship from the get-go. So Mo, welcome to the Mathnasium family, and I'm delighted to see that you're moving along as relatively quickly as you are, considering the pandemic, the world we're in right now. So congratulations on this opening, and thank you very much for inviting me here today.
Thank you very much, Larry, for your leadership and inspiration. And I'm hoping that with today's ceremony, you can see your son's legacy living forever while creating a happier future for Mathnasium students and a better world for all of us.
Indeed.
So thank you to both of you. And now to show Larry how he is, why he is a real Santa Claus, I'm now handing, you know what, I'm not going to hand over the mic to eWeb. I just read a message from Heidi. I'm going to skip a couple slides and come back to them later. And since we are getting close to 3 p.m., I don't want to miss the ribbon cutting part with the mayor. So Mayor Lucy Venice, the floor is yours.
Perfect. And I'm going to real quick, Mo, can you just pause your screen sharing so that we can have both the mayor and the ribbon on the same
Yes.
screen?
There you go. Thank you.
Well, we have our trusty giant scissors. This is a unique virtual ribbon cutting. So Mayor, whenever you're ready.
All right, I am given the responsibility of counting backwards, which it is a math skill I have. And so here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Thank
Mo.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor Lucy.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and we hope you come back in the fall when we open our physical center. Let me share my screen again so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. After all our so when we open our physical center, after all our instructors get vaccinated. And by the way, our prices don't change whether in person or online. And while Mathnasium prices are cheaper than a regular private tutor, our center offers 10% off to students who are qualified for free school meals or who are enrolled in our local YMCA. And now I can go back to those 2 previous slides and give the floor back to eWeb.
Hi, Mo. I'm Anna Wade. I'm the representative from eWeb here today. I've worked with the utility for about 15 years. I'm a business line manager, and one of the things that I am responsible for overseeing are our limited income programs. I want to start by saying, though, I've been personally amazed at our local entrepreneurs at how they've responded to the pandemic. They've had to reimagine their businesses. They've had to reconfigure their storefronts, and it's been really, really impressive. And I think that what you've done here is just another example of that, how we can recognize opportunities even in crisis. I also want to comment on your slides that, my biggest takeaway, not having spent time with you before, is it's really evident your sense of community and how important you see that within your own business, as well as beyond that, our local community here in Eugene. But then, and that's really why we're here today, is to, provide some accolades to Mo for a job well done. But for me personally, I really wanted to provide a public thank you. For those of you that don't know, Mo recently contributed $1,000 to our Energy Share program. So EWEB ratepayers spend about 1.5 million a year in providing bill assistance. That covers about 5,800 residential customers in a year. And beyond that, we look to our community to help support other customers that are in crisis and are at risk of having their power shut off. As you know, like that is absolutely, a step of last resort. And especially in COVIDian times when so many kids are at home and learning and relying on power in order to access not just, the heat and the lights and all of those things, but also their education and their peer experience. So now more than ever, it's really important. And Mo, even in everything else that he's been doing, has continued to demonstrate his commitment to the community and to others that are maybe not thriving quite as much. So huge round of applause to you, Mo. So on behalf of myself as a fellow community member, a professional that's responsible for these programs, but also EWEB as a utility, your community support is invaluable, and way to go on your new venture. And I don't doubt at all that you're going to be incredibly successful. So thanks for letting me step in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Anna. And thank you for sharing the stories about the families we were able to help. Those stories really made my day every time. And thank you for EWEB. Thank you, EWEB, for offering our community a way to support each other. I remember the days when I could not afford to pay both electric and internet bills. And without electricity, there is no internet. But without internet, I lose some of my monthly income. So by helping me with my electric bill when I was going through a hard time, I didn't have to sacrifice one of the utilities. And I was able to keep both my electricity and internet on for me and my kids. Thanks to you, EWEB. I would not have known about your energy assistance program if you did not help me first. And finally, I'm happy to announce that about a month ago, Mathnasium of Eugene has partnered with the local branch of A Family for Every Child, and that our center started offering free math tutoring to one local foster child every January and July. And we do it for 6 months at a time in order for the child to make significant progress in math. And then we skip this part, and now we're here. Here we go. And before we leave today, I would like to let our audience know that Mathnasium has been a proud sponsor of the Parent-Teacher Association over the years. And here you can see an example right before the pandemic. And here you can, here's one more recent example to help PTAs combat the pandemic. Our Santa Claus, disguised as Larry, is more than happy to provide resources to PTAs to help them continue to provide critical support to their school communities, including here in Oregon. And now it is time to play a final math game before saying goodbye. The winner of this fun brain teaser will actually win a prize. So get ready to write your answer in the chat. Ready? Here we go. Solving brain teasers is what our students do when they log into their Mathnasium classroom while waiting for instructors to put them into their individual breakout rooms. Who is going to get the answer first? I have the Jeopardy song going in my head right now. It's okay to make mistakes. I see some people trying. Ten seconds. 5, Ooh, Heidi, so close. Three, two, one. I'm gonna pretend you typed that negative sign by mistake. Oh, Mary, there you go, Mary, nice. It's a 6, yes. Good job, Mary. So Mary, here's your prize. It's a Mathnasium easel calendar with a different brain teaser that goes with the theme of every month.
It's a nice little package too. Thank you, Mo. You sent me one.
Oh, you got it. Nice. Thank you. You're welcome. Mayor Lucy Venice should get one too tomorrow.
She'll enjoy it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and I will share it with the rest of the school board at our next meeting.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mary, for coming. So this is the last slide right here. So thank you all again for celebrating this historic moment for our local Mathnasium Center today. Your support means a lot to me. And finally, I want to thank our dedicated instructors who are loved by all our students. And I now have to join them to teach math. So take a picture of this screen with your phone before you go. And tomorrow, check out the recording of this ceremony on our Facebook page, Mathnasium of Eugene. Have an A+ day, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mo.
Thanks,
Thank
Mo.
you,
Well done.
everybody. Thank you so much.
Sorry we went past the time.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We are really honored to have Eugene, Mathnasium of Eugene as our members. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And yeah, go like them, go find them on social media, go give them some love. So have a wonderful day, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Good.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.